Hey guys, it's Kim from Honey Trail Farm, and I'm standing in front of my new to me but used 20 by 40 high tunnel, and I'm so excited. So it's 20 foot wide. I figured out that I can evenly have 5 beds if I do 30-inch beds and 18-inch pathways, which is what I'm gonna stick to. My original plan was I was gonna do some raised beds in there. It turns out finding topsoil in my area that is either 1, hasn't been sprayed with anything, and 2, hasn't been sprayed with anything is very hard to come by. And so, or very expensive for the time of year. Typically people are ordering in topsoil in the springtime. So we're having a hard time finding someone to deliver topsoil. So I'm just gonna use what I have. I have some finished compost. I have some worm castings. I have some granular fertilizer. I think I'm just gonna make a concoction and make it work. So when I'm preparing these beds, I'm gonna shovel out the pathways, the walkways, and put it on top of the bed, so they will be slightly raised. And then I'm gonna lay down the amendments that I'm gonna put on top of the beds, and then I'm gonna cover the entire thing in black weed fabric, because I already know the weeds are gonna be awful, especially in a high tunnel that has perfect conditions. It's also the perfect conditions for weeds to grow, not just your food plants. So especially in these first couple years, it's all gonna be tarped with some kind of weed barrier. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure out my bed for bed 1. I'm gonna do like a carpenter string. I don't really know what the right term is. The string across, just to make sure that it's nice and straight. I'm gonna shovel out the pathways. Let's get to work. I literally broke my tripod earlier, so all I have is the short one, so bear with me. Inches is, I'm just going to measure 30 inches from the pole on both sides, make a string down to each post to make it nice and straight so that I have straight beds and straight walkways. Okay, very hot and sweaty now. I've done about a bed and a half where I've dug out the walkways and spread it on top, but I'm getting to the super compacted soil because when my dad and my husband were putting this up, they compacted the ground to level it. And I can't find my spade. All I can find is the one with the square tip. It's just not working out. So, plan B. About a month ago, I texted my dad the link to a broad fork from Johnny's Seeds, and if you look on there, which a broad fork is a very handy tool to have when you're trying to do no-till or low-till, or what, mind you, which is what I want to do in this greenhouse. And I sent him the link because I'm lucky enough to have one of those dads that can literally do anything. Like, he knows everything, he can make anything that I would ever want him to make, and look at what I got. It's a broad fork. I'm really glad I didn't hit my toe with that. So on Johnny's, this thing's like $200+. And I got mine because my dad can do anything. That's what price it costs. So I think that's really cool. We made it 30 inches wide so that it would go right along with my bed plan. I'm gonna go ahead, I was gonna broad fork anyway, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I'm gonna broad fork all of my beds. It loosens up the soil without turning it over and disturbing it. It aerates the soil, lets water flow in. So I'm gonna get going on that. I will give you a little demonstration, even though I don't really know what I'm doing. This is my first time, but I've watched lots of other people do it. I just tried to, I look like a hot mess. I'm sweating up a storm. I just tried to do a couple passes. Here comes the tractor. I tried to do a couple passes and it's so compacted and I'm not heavy enough that I'm probably gonna have to have my husband do most of it. But I'm gonna try to do, because it does get looser the farther down, but this right here is really compacted. I might have to get him to help me. What you do is you stick it in the ground, you kind of wiggle back and forth, but this ground is so hard and I am not heavy enough. You balance, and then ideally the tines would go all the way to the bar, and then you just lift it up. But I'm not getting far enough. You just bend down. It's really super easy if I was heavy enough. Put it down. Down. The man with the muscle is home from work now, so we're making progress.
Mommy.
I'm back in the high tunnel this morning working. I honestly kind of forgot that I was trying to make this into a video. I've just been so focused on trying to get this done so that I can get my starts planted. But I've got 3 rows. I just need to stretch the plastic over. I've got 3 rows completely done. The bed's made, topped with probably 6 inches of compost, lots of wheelbarrowing. And the compost pile is way over there and you have to take the driveway up. It's just, I've been exercising a lot lately. So I kind of forgot to film what I was doing. But today I can at least get 3 beds filled. This feels scary. Okay, maybe it's time, Kim, to put your hair out of the way. Don't really want to light my hair on fire today. And I can honestly see myself doing that. Okay, so I just open it and try not to kill myself. I'm gonna need to have to pet myself up. Cat, get off. Okay, no big deal. You can do this. You do lots of things. Fire's not scary at all. Cat, you better get back. I'll light your hair on fire. Oh, I did it. You can't see it, but I can hear it. Okay, why does the wind keep blowing out my torch? I made my husband go get these specifically, and now I'm gonna end up using scissors like he told me to do. Don't tell him that he wasted a trip, okay? First up on the planting docket is Coeur d'About cabbage. It's like this cone-shaped pretty cabbage that I've never seen in a store before. That's why I like it. Honestly, my starts are looking rather sad because they probably should have been planted out 2 weeks ago, but you can only do what you can do, and we're doing it now. So I'm gonna get this in the ground. I've got probably 3 or 4 different kinds of cabbage. I guess we'll see. It's been so long since I seeded these, I forget what I seeded. It's like a surprise to me. Oh yeah, nice and root bound. Just the way we like it. Not. Hey Hi guys, I'm back at the high tunnel today. To be honest, this video has been literally a week in the making. Because everything always takes longer than you think it will. But I've got it about 95% planted. In the first row, I have just cabbages, and the varieties that I have planted are Coeur de I got those, I think that's how you say it, I don't know, it sounds French. I got the seeds from Baker Creek. And then Late Flat Dutch, which is a big winter variety of cabbage, and I believe I got those also at Baker Creek. I was looking, the Coeur de I grew because it was beautiful, but the other ones I grew because they were good for winter storage, which is what I'm going to use all these cabbages for, because there's a lot of cabbages in this bed. Let's hope that they take off, because the soil that I had to use for in here is not great. It was all compacted, basically clay, from leveling out the tunnel. And then I broad forked the best that I could, and my husband helped me because some parts were really hard. So I broad forked it to loosen it up a little bit, and then I put a good thick layer of our homemade compost on top, which took days of shoveling and wheelbarrowing and shoveling and wheelbarrowing, which is why this took so long. But the hard part is over now. In this first bed, I've got cabbages all the way down. In the second bed, oh, this is exciting. I've never grown this before. Romanesco broccoli is the second bed. It's like, you'll have to look it up. It's a very different looking kind of broccoli. Almost look like cauliflower. It almost looks like cauliflower in the way that the head is shaped. So I have that, and then I do have cauliflower at the end of this row. The variety of cauliflower that I grow, just because I tried it once and it grew really great, so why change it? It's called robber cauliflower. I got that from Baker Creek as well. I've got a few of the red acre cabbages. So I basically have cabbages, cauliflower, Romanesco broccoli, and those are the first three beds. And then my fourth bed, it's empty. Right now it has extra starts sitting on top, but I think I'm gonna cut the plastic off, or the woven fabric. I'm gonna do like probably a quarter of the bed is kale that I have starts of that I haven't put in the ground yet. Kale and collards. And then the other part of the bed I'm gonna leave open. I might cut like a big open rectangle so that I can direct seed. I'm gonna do like baby greens, so like lettuces and kales and mustards mixed, that I'm going to direct seed. And then I'm also gonna direct seed some spinach. I didn't get my kohlrabi or rutabagas planted, so I might try to direct seed some of those. And then this fifth row is basically broccoli. So the broccoli that I have planted is Waltham broccoli, which is just the really basic green variety. And then I also have purple broccoli that I have here. I think those seeds came from My Gardener. If you are a seed hoarder like I am, My Gardener has a really good seed sale at the end of every season. To make room for the 2023 seeds, because you can't sell the same year's seeds next year. So he does like a grab bag. I can't remember how many seeds are in the grab bag. Maybe 30? I think it's 30 packs of seeds for $30. So you're getting them 50% off. But I like the fact that it's a mystery. So it's like surprises, and I love seed surprises. So I think I got those in the mystery pack. So keep your eye out if you want to hit up My Gardener's seed sale. It's a good deal. And then the end of the row, I'm gonna try my hand at Brussels sprouts. I've never grown Brussels sprouts before. and they honestly look a little bit small, and Brussels sprouts is a very long, takes a long time to grow, but maybe I can keep them going with some shade cloth, or not shade cloth, frost cloth, and then if worst comes to worst, these are gonna be the best spring, as long as I can keep them alive through the winter, they'll be the best spring Brussels sprouts you ever had. So we'll see what happens. So no, I haven't shot a video in a while because I've just been working in here. This takes so much longer than you think. But I did get my drip irrigation ordered. So that is a must for in here. And I think that will help as well. I did do an at-home soil test for the soil that's underneath the compost, and it came out okay, like better than what I thought. It was decent. It's not great. Definitely don't grow in it by itself, but I think topped with the compost, fingers crossed, we have a good season. And then, so now I have extra plants that I'm just thinking I could lay some cardboard down back here and make some more beds so that I can put all my extra starts. I don't know. There's always a project going on around here. But the pigs are singing their feed me song. So I'm gonna get off here and go do my morning chores. But I will see you again sometime this week in a coming video. I've got to get back into preservation mode. I took a break to concentrate on this, and now the food in my kitchen is piling up. It looks like a bomb went off, but in like the best way. So thank you guys for watching today. Until next time.